Public education in the inner city urban school needs to be held to higher accountability in regards to addressing a small group of key challenges causing a large percentage of societal issues. In these schools, there is a burden of economic challenges that create an environment with limited resources and unimpressive experiences. Community influence have a controlling interest in the learners, so social pressure to meet certain standards within peer groups affects the decisions made. With the given conditions, the learners do not receive equitable education and begin to fall below the standard bar of educational standards. Thus, the beginning of learning gaps being compounded, and here comes the snowball effect. Communities as a whole must start the conversation about social pressure, social economic challenges, and learning gaps, and what we plan to do to take action in order to ensure the quality of life in our communities continue to flourish. With combined efforts from all facets of the community, the challenges can be addressed in a more practical, relatable, and cohesive approach while improving the results significantly. To educate the whole child, you make a more productive citizen that can contribute to increasing their quality of life and everyone around them. STEAM implementation is a pathway that many educational institutions are taking and seeing great gains in learners and overall community. Science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, referred to as STEAM, is an acronym used transferably from education to industry and being recognized for its impactful results and with educating learners. Science, by definition, is the intellectual and practical activity encompassing the systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world through observation and experiment. In addition, science also classifies as a systematically organized body of knowledge on a particular subject. When learners begin to study the physical and natural world in relation to the content that is being delivered, it provides a real-world connection with the material and allows the learner to really embrace the journey of new information. Technology, referred to as science of craft, is a word derived of two Greek words, techne, meaning art or craft, and logia, meaning the communications of divine origin. Together, we get craftsmanship being communicated with a purpose. Far too many times in education, we assume that technology must be an electronic device or a high-tech system, but it is not the true definition of technology implementation. Technology in STEAM is twofold. First, we must understand how can we utilize educational technology to reach more learners and customize the educational experience for each person. Second, we must look at the industry and align our practices in order to prepare our learners for the market in which they will be asked to perform. Technology is beautiful and powerful when utilized correctly, but it can also become a hindrance and a crutch if not implemented purposefully. Learners must begin to understand the design process and how to solve problems and issues that will arise. The intention is to prepare individuals with the ability to adapt and adjust in order to keep thriving. Engineering is a branch of science and technology focused heavily on design, building, and the use of engines, machines, and structures. Applying the principles of the engineering design process can transcend just math and science with benefits to all areas of educational content. Creative thinking and expression is important when we are working through as well as communicating the learning experiences. Art is defined as the expression or application of the human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting, sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for the beauty or emotional power. The various forms of art also provide a basis for individuality, where learners can express themselves in unique ways which are catered to their interests, appealing to the personal connections of each learner and creating emotional ties will create a flourishing learning environment. With the constant change in industry and what is needed of learners, they also must develop those creative thinking skills in order to be competitive and to contribute to the innovation. The abstract science of number, quality, quantity, and space is embedded in every area of our lives. Once an individual begins to understand the mathematics behind the content, they begin to gain insights on how to best understand and comprehend the content. Understanding the sequencing and beginning to recognize the patterns of the content grants the learner access to deeper understanding. Case in point, take a simple personal narrative assignment and transforming it into a My Story project in which students must deliver a multimedia result. You are now encompassing all aspects that it takes to make up a STEAM project and allowing for learners to personalize their experience. Learners are now forced to observe and experiment with various forms of media and its relation to the content. The technology must be utilized properly, and all the while using a systematic design approach to accomplish the desired result. Through the project, learners are calculating and projecting a timeline and understanding what algorithm must be taken to get to the end goal. You see, STEAM is education and the key to bridging the gap.